Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the midday update. I'm Laz. Just a couple things I want to discuss here, so let's jump right into it. What the market's doing today. We're going to start with the SPYs here. You can see here on the daily, we continue to hold the gains for the most part in the S&Ps since last week's big move up. Just a sideways type of trade here. We can look at a smaller time frame. Yesterday towards the end of the day, the market started to come off, but again, right back this morning, right back into that range. And I think traders are anxiously awaiting, new highs here through 144.5. We did see a trade this morning up into that area, starting to, stall out a little bit here, but really no reason to panic here as the market still continues to have this underlying bid in it. We do want to watch prices through 144.5 if and when that trade does happen. Another stock that I think has people's attention, and rightfully so, is Apple. You have the release of the iPhone5. It rallied back into the 680 mark and then failed pretty hard yesterday. It's the first time we've closed actually below this 8-period EMA, which is this blue line, which has acted as a very, very good, benchmark level of support for the stock for the last few weeks as it's made this rally. So yesterday, just a day you want to take notice. Not necessarily anything structurally changed, but trading lower here. And again, a little bit of a whipsaw session. We did see a trade early this morning into about 670, but that trade is now back around 662 plus or minus. So not much to do here other than maybe some intraday momentum type moves. Markets awaiting Facebook. I think Zuckerberg about to speak. Facebook today actually catching a little bit of a catch play here developing. Nice move back above the 8, sort of catching here into the 8. We could see a trade higher, maybe into $20, depending on what he has to say. Again, this is still a broken stock with a very broken chart. And I wouldn't necessarily be a buyer, but I wouldn't also be on the short side. I'd probably be on the sidelines here until I really have more clarity as to a trade. For those that are a little bit more micro, you can use yesterday's low as a tradable level for the longs, which is about 18 and a half. We could see a trade into the 21 here, which is right now about 19, just under $20. So keep an eye on that. Intraday, Facebook has been relatively strong. Intraday, we did, put in a little bit of a double top here around 1950. We'll see if that works itself off, if that becomes a more tradable level. Right now, I probably would be most likely on the sidelines there. Banks continue to act well. Goldman Sachs really just a nice march higher here. You can see we had that big blast off move. We had a one-day pullback, and again, new highs today. We saw as high as about 118 in Goldman, but I do think you have to be careful in this area. You don't want to chase these prices, into area of resistance back here. And while Goldman continues to perform very, very well, be careful about buying new highs, as that can be a very, very tricky trade here. If the market does come off, I suspect you might see a little profit taking here as well. But nice move, and still the long side of the trade is the one that dominates. A couple trades that are sort of off the radar that we can look at here just for future. SPG, Simon Property. Big stick down yesterday, sort of retracing a little bit. Let's see how this one acts. It's got a nice, top here around 160. This to me looks like, it could work its way lower over time. And Whole Foods actually seeing some selling today. Whole Foods has been trapped in this, ascending channel pattern. It looks like it topped out a little bit here around 98.50 a few days back, but just worth watching if it does break that lower boundary for a trade. That being said, there's just not that much else to look at. I think it's been a pretty muted session. The market right back in the range. Spiders still flirting with that 144.5, that breakout as the upside still continues to dominate. We are seeing some, weakness in Apple and some of the other high beta tech stocks, which have had massive runs. So some congestion, pullback, digestion, whatever you want to call it, sort of happening. And I think right now, the best position to be in is a position of cash. There are some good trades. They will take time to set up. Again, the market's not going to go straight up. It's going to have ebbs and flows. And right now we're in that ebb and flow type of period. So, when things aren't breaking out and things aren't, making new highs, pull back the reins, just manage your expectations is what I always tell people. As always, plan traders are profitable. Trader, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.
Hi, I'm Sean Hendelman of T3 Live, where we train, coach, and mentor traders in order to help you put your money to work with confidence. The T3 Live approach is a blueprint for you to recognize, adapt, and ultimately take advantage of different market conditions. To begin your training with T3 Live, we would like to offer you the opportunity to enroll in our free 30-day online home study course. Fill in your name and email address, and I'll see you on the other side.